My name is Amina, and I am 29 years old. I was born in a very small village far from the city. My family was poor, and sometimes we had only bread and tea for dinner. Life was not easy, but even with little food, we had love. I ran through the fields, played with friends, and at night, I looked at the stars. Life was simple, but beautiful. The most important person in my childhood was my grandfather. He was a wise man who always said, "Patience opens closed doors." As a child, I didn't understand these words, but he repeated them every day, and they stayed in my heart. I followed him everywhere, to the market, to the fields, and I sat beside him when he told stories. He was poor, but he always smiled. For me, he was like a king. Once a week, the families of the village gathered in the square. At night, they lit a big fire. My grandfather came out in clean clothes, looking like a leader. He told stories and gave advice, and everyone listened. Those nights felt like holidays. When I was 10 years old, something very sad happened. My grandfather died. I cried a lot. He was not only my grandfather, but also my protector and second father. After his death, life became harder. My mother collected wood to sell, and I helped her after school. I carried heavy bundles, often feeling tired and hopeless. But I remembered his words. Patience opens closed doors. One day at school, the headmaster called my name. I was afraid, but he smiled and said, "Congratulations. You are the best student in the region. You will receive a scholarship." At first, I couldn't believe it. Could a poor girl from a small village really go to a higher institute? Then I thought, yes, why not? I deserve it. My mother cried with joy, and the whole family was proud. Soon I left my village. The city was big, loud, and strange. I felt small and missed my home. At the institute, most students spoke English very well. They answered quickly and laughed with confidence. But I was different. I didn't understand the lessons. I stayed quiet, shy, and afraid to speak. Sometimes I cried alone in my room, thinking I wasn't good enough. But again, I remembered my grandfather's words. Patience opens closed doors. I told myself, yes, I am poor and weak now, but with patience, I can change. I must not stop. At that time, I couldn't even say a full sentence in English. Not even something simple like, "How are you?" My mind went blank and I felt lost. But that failure was the beginning of my journey. I decided, no more fear, no more excuses. I must learn English, step by step, no matter how hard it is. In the next part of my story, I will share how I learned English in just 5 months without expensive classes, without traveling to an English-speaking country, and without wasting time on useless methods. My journey began with failure, but it ended with success.